Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I call the February 19th meeting of the Human Rights Commission to order. Let us begin with introduction of commission members.
Xavier Welty, Commission Member.
Cody Severson, Commission Member.
Nancy Boyle, Commission Member.
Sekou Sirleaf, Chair of the Commission.
Carolyn B. Kraft, Commission Member.
Thank you. The next item is to approve the agenda. I would like to, if you'd like to make it, I would like to change item 5 to read it. Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm reading the wrong thing. The next item is to approve the agenda of the meeting. Can I get a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Second.
Motion was moved by Caroline and seconded by Nancy. Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say sign. Motion carried. The next item is to approve the minutes of our October 16 meeting. As we are aware, since October, we've been having different discussions based on the January 5th meeting of the City Commission and the 2-month extension. So we've not met here at the dais. So the only meetings we have here is the October meeting. And so can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve minutes from September 18th, 2025.
October 16th.
We're going
Like
through
I
the-
said, October 16th, 2025. Sorry for the incorrect date, and if I need to,
Are you, can I jump in quick? Are you
Yes,
going to do
please
each
do.
one separately? Because I have a list of about 5 of them on there, Saku.
Which one you're talking about?
The approval of minutes, there is about 5 dates that we need to approve. So are
So-
you going to do them all separately or all as one?
all
I
is
think
one.
we can do all at once.
So I make a motion to approve the minutes from the Human Rights Commission meetings taking place October 16th, 2025, taking place November 20th, 2025, as well as Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, Thursday, January 15th, 2026, Thursday, January 29th, 2026, as well as Thursday, February 12th, 2026.
Can I get a second?
Second. By Cody Severson.
Thank you. We have a motion from Nancy Boy and a second from Cody Severson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say sign. Motion carried. I think we should have some people online joining us virtually. Tamba and Rachel, are you there? I'm just remembering that.
So I never got a request from Rachel. I did get a request 5 minutes before the meeting, so I didn't see it till now. So Brian will try and get Tamba on.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Rachel, are you there?
I didn't get a request. I can send them, we have to send the link. I guess I did not get requests. So I will have Brian send the link to Rachel. I'll have to get her that email.
Both Rachel and Tamba?
Yes, because I did not know.
Thank you.
So I will get them the link.
Thank you. Let's make progress here. Okay. So many things have been happening since 2026, and so we need to reaffirm chair, vice chair.
Yep.
I think term limits, I think I did 5 to continue, and you did as well.
I think they're up in July. Brenda, could you confirm term limits? I believe those expire in the end of June, or we need
They-
to reaffirm that for July.
Correct. They expire the end of June. I was not aware. And then when we did have it on the agenda, we did not have a quorum. And so this would be to, if everyone's good staying where they're at, it would just be to reaffirm them till the end of June of this year. And then we would get back on schedule.
Thank you.
So like just a procedural vote, or we just,
Do we need to nominate? Sorry.
You know, I looked at the last time when Cody, when you were getting reaffirmed, and I can't find anything on how it was handled, to be honest. So, you know, I mean, I would think that if everyone's comfortable with the positions as they're held today, it would just be a vote, a motion to have, for Saku to be chair, Nancy to be vice chair, and a motion, a second, and a vote.
Those are one-year terms then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I make a motion to reaffirm Saku Sirleaf as chair of the Human Rights Commission and Nancy Boyle as vice chair of the Human Rights Commission for a period of one term starting June 1st, 2026.
It would just be
2025.
until June 30th of
June 30th,
2026.
2026. Okay.
with that
I'll
clarity?
second it.
With that clarity in mind, you want to make a motion on that, or do you want?
Yes, do you want me to, is that good, or would you like me to restate it?
Nope, I think that's clear. So the motion I took from you is that Saku will remain chair, Nancy will remain vice chair until the end of June 2026, and then we will be back on schedule.
Okay. And then Carolyn just seconded it? Yes. Okay.
Did you make the motion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So the motion was made by Cody Silverson and seconded by Caroline Beecraft to have Saku Sirleaf continue as chair to June and Nancy Boyd as vice chair to June. Everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say sign. All right, motion carried. Thank you. Before us, we have two documents here that we have to discuss and decide on which way we want to go. As we are aware, the City Commission has decided to eliminate three commissions, the Native American Commission, the Arts and Culture, and the Human Rights Commission. However, we were given 2 months to come up with new ideas on how we want to restructure the HRC, or else we risk being dissolved. And so we have two documents before us. We have a proposal. We did some meetings with stakeholders. We met with some city commissioners as well as the mayor. And as a result of these meetings, we came up with these two drafts. We have a proposal and a resolution. And I would like us to discuss as commissioners and see which way we want to go. The mic is anybody who wants to go first. Thank you.
I just wanted to bring up to fellow human rights commissioners, anybody else in the room too, and it's something I believe we all know, but the point we're at in needing to make a decision or seeing how we want to move forward is a time and a place that we possibly will not all be on the same page. None of us probably want to be in this position to have these conversations as far as what we do next, but that's the position we're in. So just want to kind of remind everybody, it's not the perfect scenario, which perfect only exists in the definition, but what can we do as this current body in caring for the city of Fargo and that of the human rights of its citizens to make sure that at least the heart of the work that's been done previously can continue. So just wanted to make note of that. And then also Brenda had shared just before the meeting, and I don't know if it's time to bring it up now or maybe with item number 6, but if there's any flexibility at all with that 2 months we were given, if we needed to extend that even a couple weeks, a month to have further conversations.
I believe in our meeting with the mayor, we had that leeway to
Flexibility.
take the time we need.
Yep, he iterated that is, for whatever reason, our consultation still extends beyond 2 months. We could continue consultation as long as we're still working on ideas on restructuring, then we can still continue working beyond the 2 months. So it's dependent on us based on the 2 documents that we have before us. the resolution and the proposal, depending on which way the HRC intends to go.
Sure.
I'm open to that. Maybe if something we just want to discuss, or if we want to read those for the public before discussion, and then we decide on which way we want to go, I am still open to it.
Question.
Yes.
So this resolution number 002, does Brenda have a copy of this as well? Okay, are we able to put this up on the,
It was updated to resolution 2601. Usually it's a year and the,
Oh, gotcha.
the resolution number. Yep. So we got an updated copy here if you want to see that. Yep. Unless we want to put that on the screen, or we would just want to
no,
read.
okay. And I guess for whatever it's worth as well, like I think that like the silver lining in this is that the Human Rights Commission has needed an update and we've needed a change direction in general and become more collaborative with the community. And so I think that these are good discussions that we're having and important to really identify how we're talking with the community and what we're actually doing. So I think this is good in general. That's my thought for right now.
Any leadway with Rachel and Tamba yet? Still pending?
I sent them the link.
Thank you. Yes, we'll get to it shortly. How are we going to know if they're online? Will we get a signal? Just so we don't ignore them.
I'll have Brian let us know when they
Okay.
get online.
Thank you. Yes, go ahead, Chris.
No, don't, excuse me. There are extra copies, so if anyone wants what you had emailed out, it's back here.
Yep. Yes, we'll get to that. We'll have them read. We can either post them on the screen, and we'll have them read so the public see what we're talking about. And then we initiate discussions on that before we can decide which way we want to go, which one we want to vote upon.
Chris, there's copies right here in the back of the room. I don't believe we're able to pull it up on the screen. That's just the nonverbal cues I'm getting in the room. So there,
Yes, we
Absolutely.
have copies right there.
absolutely. So yep,
Thank you,
some
Chris.
copies right back there. Thank you so much.
The resolution and the proposal, they're right there. I think you need copy of both, Chris. Do we want to read them? Since we can get it on the screen.
Brenda, do you feel it's best that we read through the resolution
And the
or
proposal.
just discuss?
That would be completely up to you.
Okay.
I think the question is I know this information got out very late, and I think there were questions on, is it appropriate to address it right away? So it might be worth just conversations, and then it can be out for feedback, and then you could circle back.
Thank you for that clarification. Appreciated.
Well, I
Yes.
think I have to make sure I've got my words right. The proposal, I believe, is unworkable. There's some good ideas in there and so forth, but we are chartered to advise the city of Fargo. We cannot raise money, which is in there. We cannot do that. That would be, the city would have to help us raise the money. This is, the HRC is a body of volunteers providing their expertise and advice to the city. We can get that through more targeted relationships with various groups that are in the community. But as this is written, it is totally unworkable, in my opinion. As far as the resolution, I think that is along with the discussions that we have had at our last meeting, that we are chartered to advance and be aware of human rights in the city of Fargo. This is a fraught time. There are a lot of people in our city that are frightened right now, and they shouldn't be, but they are. There are children that are frightened. They shouldn't be, but they are. I wholeheartedly support resolution, but I would just add just one little thing. In the first whereases, after ordinance, I would put 1502, because that is the ordinance that established us, the city ordinance that established us. So I would just add that. Otherwise, I fully support the ordinance, or the resolution, pardon me, I got to get my terms right, as it is.
Thank you, Caroline. That change has already been effected, so if you read the first whereas, you will see that ordinance, yep. it's
I got an old copy.
Yep, yes.
Okay. All right.
The update has been made.
All right.
Every input has been well documented and captured and saved. So everybody who's sending updates, adjustment to the resolution and the proposal, those changes have already been
Okay.
effected, yes. So I have the updated
Thank you.
copies here with me. Any other further discussion on this? It was sent out. I know we did not have enough time to go through them, but like Brenda suggested, maybe we can decide to take them home and further review them, and then we can come back maybe during the working session of March, and we can have an extensive discussion on that, and maybe hold a vote on them during the March regular meeting, since, according to the mayor, as long as we're still working on this, we can always extend the time. So I will advise that we take them now, it's in the public domain, and the working session, the communities can also be welcome, and we can debate it and then put it to a vote and which way we want to go, if that makes sense.
That does, and I would just really like to, during that working session, also have more of a knowledge of like what the other two commissions are doing as well, so that we have kind of room to brainstorm in that way of like what's also working elsewhere, like what they're making decisions on. I think that like, I know something happened with the Arts and Culture Commission the other day. I don't remember what it was. Would you all feel comfortable talking about what happened in those lanes?
Yep. So on
thank you.
Tuesday at the commission meeting, it was approved. Arts and Culture will stay a City of Fargo board, and I have Nicole Crutchfield behind me that can correct me if I make an error on anything. But they will stay as a board, but they will only gather when there is a project or business. So they've been involved in other city projects. So if a project does come on our workload, then we would bring them in to help evaluate it. Or, for instance, every once in a while we've gotten a grant, then we would bring them in to help us work through that art grant.
What's that?
Maybe one clarifying comment. Hello, my name is Nicole Crutchfield, a planning director with the City of Fargo. And one clarifying comment is the work is rested, if you will, or there is no work happening. We have no budget, no staff assigned. And to do the work, we would need City Commission approval to integrate that work into our work plan. And so that's also a distinguishing factor. And so the primary purpose the Arts and Culture Commission members were seeking is, and I think selfishly from a staff person, is if we saw the need for a future Arts and Culture Commission work, we didn't want to have to go back and redo an ordinance and redo bylaws and do all that administrative governance work. So basically, it was determined that that those documents, if you will, could sit on the books without causing financial distress to city operations.
So I'm confused. Is it being abolished, or are we going to continue with the HRC commission?
Go ahead.
Yep.
Sorry.
The individual that was just speaking is a staff member that was speaking on behalf of Arts and Culture Commission. So that's what she was updating us on. What
Well-
we're reviewing today is the proposals and the resolution, and Saku suggested, per conversation with Mayor Mahoney last week and Carolyn, that the 2-month time span we had originally been given, that we can extend that and be able to have a couple other working sessions and hopefully get a quorum to then vote on potential next steps, which we would then have to present to city commission. Does that clarify things slightly?
A little bit. I mean, we've just been meeting for the last 2 months now, and it was all about, figuring out a way to, I thought, it would just be done. I thought this was closing meeting.
No.
No.
So we can't be done. Let's assume even if we were today to vote on either the resolution, to go the way of the resolution, or go with the way of the proposal. The proposal lays out the plan for the HRC to continue in partnership with the city. And if we have voted on the proposal, we would have sent it up to the city to see what adjustment they can make on that, and we meet in the middle. Or we vote on the resolution calling on the city, since they charter the HRC, they have the power to rescind that. But as it appears, because it went out
Could
late.
you email like a
e-
copy or
yes.
what you guys had discussed with Mahoney?
Based on the discussion, the proposal was initiated based on those discussions. So we did not have to get the minutes of those discussions, but
Well, Mahoney wasn't a part of our meetings the last couple weeks, and he had the opportunity to be there.
say that again.
He was not a part of our discussions the last couple weeks, and he had the opportunity to be there with us. So I am just a little confused as to how or why we are kind of switching the plan. Or, I mean, I guess it was his idea to abolish this commission, and I assume that was the route that we're going to go because we cost a lot of money. We don't have a clear purpose for serving the city, and it's
No, that's not.
it's something, and it's why is this switching? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I can see and I can help ease that confusion. That's not what it is. It's not because we don't have a clear purpose to serve the city. We have a clear purpose to serve the city. The HRC has a charter, and that charter they laid out the things that we're supposed to accomplish as HRC. And we were doing that. Everything was going according to plan until January 5th, City Commission decided to end these 3 commissions and giving us 2 months to restructure. So everything here is part of the restructure. All the meetings we've been having are all geared towards the restructure. And as Commissioner Strand advised us in one of our last meetings, that we needed to sit with individual commissioners to really know what they're thinking, what they really want
I
of
think
us.
my concern is that information should have been emailed out to everybody.
Oh,
I
which
mean, I'm
information?
just hearing about it today. You
Which
did offer
information?
the meeting you had with the mayor. I mean, you
Did you-
offered the opportunity to be there, but then you didn't. I didn't hear any information.
Did you get the email that was sent out with the proposal?
Yesterday night?
Did you get it?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so if you got it, we didn't just send out a proposal. There was a discussion that based on our meetings with the various stakeholders in the community, based on our meetings with various commissioner members and the mayor, we decided to draft this proposal as a result of those consultations. So we did not need to give detailed information on each meeting, but the conclusion of those different meetings culminated into the proposal. And if, for whatever reason, the proposal cannot go through, not be approved by the city, then we follow up with the resolution that say, okay, the city chartered the HRC and the city has the power to rescind the HRC, and that's why the proposal. So we did not need to give detailed information on individuals' meetings that we have, but what we're trying to tell you is, based on all the consultations we've had so far, we came up with a proposal and we came up with a resolution. So those are the combination of all the consultations we've had, if that will help.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
And I can clarify, as far as I know, in the meeting with the mayor last Friday in the morning, I received an email from the mayor asking if I could meet with him at 3:30. I know Sekou received the same one. I don't know if anybody else did. Present in the meeting, and it was a discussion, the mayor wanting to have a discussion with us. In the meeting was the mayor, Brenda, Sekou, and myself. That was at the invitation of the mayor. And as far as, and that was the genesis of the Sekou's proposal and then the resolution. If that makes sense to you, I mean, that was the purpose of the meeting. As far as I know, there were no notes taken. And there were no notes taken, right, Brenda? No. Because I wasn't taking notes. Anyway, so that, just to clarify for you.
Yep, so that, basically that's it. So those meetings gave rise to the proposal. So the proposal is the response to all those meetings, and the resolution is a response to all those meetings. That's what I tried to clarify in the email that I sent out. And so where we are right now, we want to give the HRC the opportunity. Let's go back and let's further review and then come back during the working session so that we can further discuss on them with community inputs, and then we can, maybe because we're going to have that time, instead of voting on the resolution or the proposal and sending the proposal to the city commission for their input, I think we can use this period to just send a draft to the city commissions and say, hey, this is what we've come up with. This is the path we could take, either or, and let's see which one they want to get behind. And then we continue from there. So the board be in their court, because I don't think it is fair to the HRC that was not self-charter to tell the HRC you have to restructure yourself unless somebody wants us to fail. It is very
If we're going to use the charter, maybe we should use, if we're going to use the charter as to a reason to keep it, maybe we should use it to establish our authority in the city as the HRC body, because there's clearly things that we should be doing, and there's a clear purpose, as you said. So, I mean, I think maybe we should take the next couple weeks to figure out what is that clear purpose and exactly what we hope to do going forward if we're going to keep this
Sylvia.
HRC alive, right? So,
So let me help you out, Sylvia. So one of the things that was brought out during the meeting with the mayor was we did not answer the question when Nancy and I met with Commissioner Chambers. Why should the city keep the HRC? And that question is answered here in this proposal. Why the city needs to keep the HRC? It is listed in the proposal, all the things that we can do. And one of the things that was suggested to the mayor during that meeting was, since the Department of DEI was disbanded, we could absorb some of those responsibilities that DEI was supposed to have, and we can work. So all those things are
do you
worked
happen to know
out.
what some of those responsibilities of the
Yes,
DEI office were?
Yeah, I'm coming. We can get into the nitty-gritty of that, but all that I'm
I'm
trying.
just asking, like, what was the, because, you know,
Yes, that's
what
what
was
I-
the responsibility of that office?
That-
I mean,
Xavier, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not, I'm not here to detail. I'm just telling you, wanted to know specifically what some of those things were in our discussion, and that was one of the points that I raised. So here in this proposal are captured the reason why the HRC should be kept in the city, the things that the HRC could do going forward and how we could do them. Like, for example, if you look in the proposal, we talk about reducing the number of commissioner members from 11 to about 5 so that we could be more effective. We talk about reducing our meetings from monthly meeting to quarterly meetings, and then we use the rest of the time to work.
How is that
within the
going to be effective when there are clearly problems out there in the city? And I'm going to be honest, I've talked to over 1,000 people in the city over the last 2 weeks. And in that time, I have been able to hear people's problems and understand a few of our citizens and the needs that they need. What exactly is our body doing to address our citizens
Yeah, but-
and the needs of the people in the city?
I was just about getting to that when you interrupted, Sylvia. So the quarterly meeting is not all in itself. That means the rest of the time we'll be meeting within the community. So we'll be meeting in neighborhoods and districts all the time. And then quarterly, we come here to meet at the dais, and then we let the public know what our findings were, what are the things we, let me see which part of that, and then we'll do quarterly reports. So it's not that we'll just be sitting back and waiting every quarter to come and meet. No, we'll be working within the community. We'll be engaged with the community. So take some time to go through the proposal, and that might help to answer some of those questions.
The proposal was dropped on us last night, and then
It was not drafted last night.
when did we get
It
it?
was sent out on, I think, on Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. But our discussions were like to get rid of the HRC of the because of the budget.
No.
Was the budget not the big concern? I mean, we're
Okay, so that we move forward, Sylvia, what we're saying is the proposal,
assumed that our body was going to be dissolved because we cost too much for the city to or to manage, and we take too much resources and time from.
Mr. Chairman, can I come in a little bit?
yes, thank you, Tamba, come in.
Yeah, first of all, I want to appreciate fellow commission members for the level of transparency within the conversation we're having. But I'm a little bit concerned. For the last meeting we had at the City Hall, that meeting was centered around responding towards the City Commission's resolution about coming up with a plan of either dissolving the HRC or trying to privatize it with the community. And within 24 hours less to this meeting, we have a proposal that was given to us. I'm concerned as to how inclusive that proposal is with everybody's opinion on the commission. Who's the author of that proposal? And the ideas and the contents within that proposal, did it actually bring the involvement of everybody? Did everybody have an input into that proposal? I don't want to think so. I think our role here is just to review it, accept it or not. I think it's important if we are to reorganize the HRC, like every member should have a time to actually look into the proposal, make an opinion, make an input into it, so that we all can be held equally responsible for what's to come. And also, I'm also concerned about I would describe as a Nicodemus meeting being planned by being planned by Mayor Mahoney, calling individual commission members and having private meetings with them. We don't know what the meetings were about. I think that is very unfair, and I think that's very concerning, because, like you said, Osiku, the proposal was orchestrated based on meetings he held with Mayor Mahoney. We don't know what was discussed in those meetings. We don't know whether Mayor Mahoney had an input into that proposal, when I think he should be very neutral to that. We don't know what the discussion was about, but again, we still have this proposal here that has been given to us to review. So I'm very concerned on that. I'm glad that we did not get the vote on it. All I'm asking is we just need time to go through that and come up with a plan.
Thank you, Tamba. I think you spoke well, but I think you confused on some things. And let me set some records straight. If you have been attending meetings, one of the meetings we had at City Hall, we were advised by Commissioner Strine that since we don't really know which route to take, that it would be better if we could meet with individuals, commissioner members, and the mayor. And we elected to do that, so I did request meeting with Thunberg, Deputy Mayor Kopak, Commissioner Kopak, Commissioner Pepcorn, and Mayor Mahoney. Deputy Mayor Kopak and I, we exchanged a couple emails, and the only person who invited us, and it was not with the entire HRC, it was with the executives of the HRC, was Commissioner Michelle Thunberg. We sat with her and we discussed. After that, Mayor Mahoney has said he was going to speak with Brenda to see if we would meet, and that did not happen. And then we met Thursday, the 12th of February, again, and every commissioner, HRC commissioner members were to be in that meeting, and we reported on our meeting with Commissioner Thunberg. So it was nothing hidden, it was nothing clandestine. While still waiting to hear from Commissioner Pepcorn and Mayor Mahoney, we did not hear from them, and we started to plan this regular meeting. It was not till late Friday that I got an email requesting that I come, and we had a meeting with the mayor. I did reach out to Cody to see if he could make it. I reached out to the vice chair, Nancy, and they were all busy because it was just abrupt. So I reached out to even Xavier to see if he could accompany me. And he also was stuck at work, so he couldn't make it. So the only two people that could attend that meeting were Caroline and I. We attended the meeting. So all we say in the proposal is a culmination of all the different consultations we've been having since January. So there's nothing clandestine. So based on all the different conversations we've been having at City Hall with different commissioners and the mayor, give rise to this proposal, because now we realize, okay, this is what each person wants. So based on that, we summarize everything into this proposal. And when we sent out the proposal, Tamba, we did not say come and vote on it. We said review it and make your own input. So we didn't just send you something that you want to vote on. We said review it. It was sent out Thursday night because it took me time to draft it. I came up with it. I'm the originator of that, and I sent it out. The only person who got back with changes was Nancy Boyle. She was the only person who gave input, and I effected those changes. When I sent out also the resolution, the only person the two people who responded to that were Nancy and Caroline, and she gave me her input, and I effected those changes. So we did not just secretly put something together and tell you come and vote on it. However, because we can't vote on it today, you still have an opportunity. That's why we're saying we're not voting. We will table the voting, and we'll come back for the working session in March so that we can all discuss it and come with your own changes, come with your own input.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what I said. Like
yeah.
the voting part of it was what I mentioned was about today. I'm glad that we did not vote on it today. I do know that the email you sent last night was just requesting input. So yeah, this gives.
It was sent on Tuesday night.
Okay, but I received it last night. So.
Is there a way to get Mahoney to kind of address his thoughts sometime over the... We're having another working session in the next 2 weeks?
Yes, so because of time, let's do it this way. I don't know if it is appropriate to have the mayor to come.
Well,
I'm coming. Just the last meeting that we had at City Hall, it was suggested that we have a middle-of-the-road approach to this. And like I said to Mayor Mahoney, it was unfair to have the HRC alone do this work. You charter us, and we should do this work together. That is, we should all bring ideas on how to restructure, but to just tell the HRC, go and restructure yourself or we shut you down, it's unfair. And that's why we drafted this resolution, so we sent to them, and then they have their own input. If they say they can't do that, then we came up with a resolution. Then you charter us, you deserve us. You have the power. So those are just the two approaches that we have. So we have to come back during the working session. Let's keep all these comments because of time. Let's come back during the working session and we can have an extensive discussion on that. Would that be okay, Xavier and Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine for me. Yeah.
Is Richard there now? Okay, no Richard. All right.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
excuse me while I chime in, and I know the clock is running, but Brenda, remind me when the deadline was the city established to hear back from the commission. Was it March 2nd?
Well, it's going to be March 2nd because 2 weeks after that would be after the date.
Yeah. So as I'm seeing it, that clock is running. And after the last meeting, I know Commissioner Beecraft made some strong comments that I think triggered the mayor's request for a meeting with you.
Yes.
Basically, I think I heard you say, if they don't want us, we're done, is what I think I heard you say.
Yes.
And then that led to a discussion. But at this point, still, the city's clock is still running. So if this board requests of the city an extension of that time, I think that's the discussion to have today. If you're going to ask them to give you a few more weeks or whatever, otherwise, but that you need them to give you that green light, I would assume, to extend the window of time to come back with suggested proposals or not. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Now,
it does.
Brenda, though, the mayor did give us time.
Which is why,
Yeah.
where I'm a little confused at why.
I mean, in the meeting that Sekou and you and I were present, he gave us time.
His comment was, yes, he would support extension of time. And so I think, but it needs to go back to the board. So what I would see is a memo, and unfortunately, I'm going to be gone, but between Commissioner Strand and Nicole, they can work on, a memo. So that would be the question to the board. Would you like another 30 days, 60 days? I mean, I think that's the question is what would you like that to look like? And that's what we should be talking about so we can assemble that and put it on the agenda.
Okay, thank you, Brenda. I think
Do we need to
Really
make-
quick, Brenda, do we make a motion for that and see
Right
what this
now.
group thinks, or go ahead and start that memo? Make a motion?
Make a motion.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right, so I think the exact words of the mayor during that meeting was, as long as you are still working
Yes.
and consulting and working on this, you can take as much time as you want. But that being as it may, if we have to make a motion to request for the time, it's still good. Let's do that right now.
I make a motion for the Human Rights Commission to be given another 2 months to establish that of our plan moving forward through working sessions and additional meetings.
Is there any contrary
I'm
motion?
not
to
going to
that?
second this motion because it doesn't really feel as though we have put in.
Go ahead.
I feel that more effort needs to be put in to establishing a more concrete plan going forward for the HRC. We're still talking about like what exactly like we're going to be doing, but we're not exactly. There's problems out there. I think we need to go out into the city as a team and
Yeah, that's
just challenge ourselves
That's
to.
a discussion, Xavier. Are you seconding the motion?
Well, I'm giving some feedback
Yeah,
as
but
to
just
why I'm
second
not
it and
going to.
let's vote on that.
Second-
Just second it, we vote on that, and then we can discuss
Okay.
other things.
I'm not going to second this motion.
Brenda was the mo,
I will second it.
You're not seconding?
I've seconded it.
Extension? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'll just also remind you that when the commission made this decision, one of the reasons was we have an election in June.
Yes.
So the clock was running there also, that they wanted this addressed and handled behind us. So your clock, I'm not sure how that'll fall or not in their schedule, but that, you're already pushing it to May,
sure.
and filing deadline is April. I'm just noting it as all.
That's why I was asking for contrary motion. So can we reduce that to a month? Do
So
you
we-
want to modify your
Okay.
The
motion?
motion has been moved and seconded.
Yes, there's a motion that's been moved and seconded.
Yep. Okay. We have a motion by Nancy Boyd to request an extension of 2 months for the
And then
HRC to-
I'm going to do a roll call vote. Alyssa would like me to do a roll call vote.
Okay,
That
and we
allows-
have a motion by Nancy Boyd to have the HRC extend its consultation time to 2 months, and that motion has been moved by Caroline B. Kraft. We'll have a roll call.
Okay, Saku,
Yes.
Nancy,
Aye.
Cody,
Aye.
Carolyn? Xavier
No.
and Timba.
Aye.
Okay,
Motion is carried.
yes.
Thank you, Commission members. We'll meet again in the HRC. We'll continue with the legislative update.
And so administration update is at the next item? Okay. I just want to let you know I will be out next week, but I will work between Commissioner Strand and Nicole. We'll work on a memo and get it back in front of, it will be Saku and Nancy. Take a look at it, and then we'll get it onto the commission agenda. And that deadline will be next Thursday at noon.
Thank you. Any further legislative updates? All right, announcements. Do we have any announcements? Anyone wish to make an announcement?
I do want to acknowledge that it's Black History Month. We're over halfway through, and yes, I understand it's the shortest month of the year. There's usually additional comments people have about that, but do want to bring that to everybody's attention if they were unaware, and I am probably missing some awareness months as well, but wanted to highlight that one.
Thank you, Nancy. Any other announcement? I've been working on a training memo. I've been working on the training, Know Your Rights training because I know there's ICE presence here in Fargo, North Dakota, and so citizens have been afraid. People have been afraid to get out, especially the immigrant communities. It's really impacting us as presence. And so I've put together a PowerPoint. I'm still working on it. I'm not done with it yet. Know your rights, what to do when you are approached by ICE, if ICE is to break into your home or break into your car or whatever. I'm hoping to get done with that before the next working session, and maybe I can present that and see whoever has input on that. It's taking me some time. Any other announcement? Okay, if in the absence of any other announcement, we have public comments. Those who wish to address the Human Rights Commission must use the sign-up sheet. Speakers must state their names and will be limited to 2.5 minutes. Comments should not contain profanity or personal attacks. Do we have anybody sign up for public comments today? Chris, you have the floor. Mike.
Yes, I'm Christopher Cohn, Fargo resident. So, what's one of the main functions of this body? Transparency. So the public can be involved and understand what's going on. How would they do that with the way this is being run? Last minute proposals and resolutions thrown at the public here with no explanation, even though I spoke up there and asked if you would explain that to the public. You just give a one sentence, what is the resolution? And then what is the proposal? So the public can follow along in this process. You wouldn't do it. Meetings with the mayor all of this off record. We don't know what's going on. This is the way the city operates. Everything's behind the scenes, and we the electorate and the residents of the city don't know what's going on and have no way of knowing what's going on unless we do open records requests and pay hundreds or thousands of dollars to get basic documents. So this body, one of its main purposes is to have the city be transparent regarding civil rights and how the process works and what's happening around it. Okay, so all of you who are on here and acting as insiders are continuing the problem. I'll note that you were chosen by the city. But I'm sure it's harder than it looks. I'm not saying I would do a better job, but I mean, consider that. Also, I had to sit here and read through this resolution and the whole proposal just to figure out what's going on while you guys were speaking. Okay, now the proposal, which is sort of like step one, it's really very much like what the PAOB tried to be, the Police Accountability and Oversight Board, and couldn't achieve, and wasn't wanted and was ended. So you're proposing something that the city got rid of, it didn't want. You know, it was designed for them to go out to the community and have relationships with the community and tie the city into those, and ultimately the city just got rid of them anyways. So, you know, and it's the proposal, the resolution, why is it your job to do that? The city can do that on its own. The city commission will just get rid of you. It doesn't need your help. Of course they'll get rid of the ordinance if they get rid of you. They don't need your suggestion on that. Your job was to give us a plan, a workable, viable plan of how the HRC could remain in the city, or if it couldn't, why not? Then what's the best alternative?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Honestly, I think I would push back a little on the characterization of lack of transparency with the HRC, because all of our meetings have been public, and you've attended, excuse me, all of our meetings, they've been open to the public, and the public has had opportunity. At the end of the day, when we got the email on late Friday evening, after midday, to come, the mayor wanted a meeting that was prompted based on the meeting we had on Thursday, February 12th. We did not have, that was just a meeting with the executive. And after that meeting, we've not had any other meeting to have addressed the public. And that's why we decided, okay, you've been in most of those meetings. Every time we draft something, we send it out. I think this was the only thing that did not get to you. We always send out these things. And because we did not have the time from Friday to come to this meeting, I was like, okay, what do we go to? What do we discuss during the meeting on Thursday? That's why I decided to put together this proposal. And so I sent it out. Unfortunately, it was not sent to the public, and I apologize for that. But we cannot use one instance to say that we're trying to replicate what it said it does, lack of transparency. I think that's not a fair characterization of the HRC. We've done our best when it comes to transparency, except for this proposal and the resolution. However, we have an opportunity, Chris, to meet again during the working session, where everybody can have an input, and then we come up with something. Yes, you are right. The city can do it by themselves, but they've given us 2 months to work on this. It is only fair to tell them, hey, you charter the HRC. If you want to get rid of it, you don't need our help to do it. We're not going to do the dirty work of the city. So they can do it by themselves. That's what the resolution is, so that we document it, that we are putting it back to you. Do what you want to do. We can do it for you. Yep, so that's where we are. Yep, so, yep, Brenda, and then I will.
We just need to, we're past time, so we should.
Thank you. So that's what it was, Chris. Thank you, everyone, for coming. The meeting is adjourned. We will meet again in the coming working session. And we look forward to seeing the public there. Thank you.
Sika, could you just